Hello students, welcome to Arjun English School. Today in 12th standard, I am going to start a new chapter in part 2, chapter number 4, that is analysis of financial statements. Okay, so here in this chapter, so uh, ask this chapter can be asked in the exam, that is for 5 marks. Okay, where in section B there is theoretical 1 marks question, and in section D there is a one question for 4 marks. So total 5 marks question. Okay, so now you have to remember that this chapter in exam, that is for 5 marks, 1 marks for theoretical question and 4 marks for practical question. And further, due to this COVID situation, there are mainly two topics, that is comparative and common size. But due to COVID situation, common size statement that is removed from your syllabus. So only a single part, that is comparative study, that we have to learn clearly. Okay. So now I'm going to start this chapter, that is accounting of financial statements. Now my first question that is, what is financial statement? So here there is an answer. Financial statement represents historical information, means what we have studied, what we learned in past. On the basis of these financial statements that we have to prepare. Okay, so what are the financial statements? In chapter number 3 we already studied about this. It includes a P&L account, it includes balance sheet, cash flow statement, etc. So these are covered under the financial statement. So what we have done in the past, it is on the basis of this we have to prepare financial statements. So it is called historical information. So financial statement represents the results of financial transaction of accounting period. In brief, P&L account disclose results of business enterprise, and balance sheet disclose financial status of the business. Cash flow statements relates to discussion is undertaken in subsequent chapter. Means P&L account and balance sheet that we have already studied in chapter number 3. Well, P&L statement that presents profit or loss summary, and balance sheet shows all the items and its closing balance as on 31st March. But cash flow, which denotes the cash inflow as well as outflow from different activities. It includes operating activity, investment activity, financial activity, and cash equivalent information. So on the basis of this we have to prepare the financial statements. Now next part, analysis of financial statement. So what are the analysis? Means here we have to ask the question, which tools are used, which procedure is used for analysis, to whom it useful, what are the objectives. So all the answer in this chapter. Okay. Meaning of financial statements: business or non-business entities maintain these accounts. Business or non-business means any NGO or service related activities, all those, they have to prepare the financial statements. Okay, so financial statements are those statements which provides the result of different financial aspects of an entity. Financial statements are an organized report which disclose the details financial condition of the business entity. The detailed financial condition means we we just don't even to know about the profit and loss, but we also want to know about the each and every items, like what are the expense list, what are the incomes list, what is the gross profit, what is our indirect income, what is our indirect expense, as well as our net profit. That all we have to study very well. Okay, so it is the detailed financial condition of the business entity. Got it? So this is the basic definition of financial statement. Then after next point, then after the next point, that is objectives and types of financial statements. So first of all, the objectives of financial statements: to know the profit or loss of the business entity. This is the main and basic objective that everyone wants to know. The profit and loss means financial position of the company. Okay, so this is the basic objective. Then after, to know the financial position. What are the financial position? It includes not only profit and loss account, but it also includes assets, liabilities, and its outstanding balance. So it is called financial position. Next one, to know the cash position, means what is the cash balance, what is the bank balance, what are any other short term investment which can be directly converted into cash or bank, means any liquid items which is converted into the cash or bank. So this is the cash position. It means it shows clearly about the financial crisis that the company can face in the future. So first of all, we don't have to just want to know about the present, but also we have to focus on the future aspects. So cash position of business entity, that it is a minimum balance, that is working capital, which every company have required to maintain this. Okay, then after, financial statement and its objectives. Like income statement, there is specific objective to know the profit or loss. Balance sheet, specific objective to know the financial position. Cash flow, to know the cash inflow as well as outflow, means what are the sources for incomes and what are the other list of expenses by which cash flow that outflow. Next one, meaning of financial analysis, that we have already completed, and types of financial analysis. So on the basis of stakeholder, it is external and internal analysis. On the basis of horizontal or vertical, it is horizontal or vertical. On the basis of duration, it includes the long term or short term analysis. So now my first point, that is external analysis. Now, what is external analysis? When published accountants like income statement, balance sheet, report of an auditor or directors are analyzed by external parties, means whatever the accounting procedure and financial statement procedure that is provided by the internal accountant or management, these financial statements analyzed by the external parties. So what are the external parties? Like potential investors, financial institutes, government, agency, credit rating, researcher, etc. So these are the external parties which wants to know about the financial situation, but they cannot directly rely on the all internal matters. So it is analyzed by the external parties. So this is called external analysis. Got it? Next one, internal analysis. Here, management of the business take their decision from the accounts prepared by them. The base of this decision is analysis. When financial statements are analyzed by the management for their decision, it is known as internal analysis. Means if management wants to know about the financial situation and exact and accurate figure that what they are going on. So if they want to know for any future decisions, like if company wants to expand their business, if company wants to shut down their business, or if company wants to uh, grow in another sector. So all these aspects that are analyzed by the management for their own matter, so it is called internal analysis. Simple. Next one, horizontal or vertical form. So here there are two forms like horizontal and vertical. First one, horizontal. Financial statements are prepared every year. The comparison of financial statements of different year is known as horizontal analysis. Means here the comparison of financial statement of different year. Let's say here 2013 is the base year. In 2013 there is a net profit like 1 lakh. Then after in 2014 it increased to 1 lakh 50, then 2 lakh, then 1 lakh, then 3 lakh. Here if I want to compare with the 2013, then I can say clearly that net profit for next year, next to next year are increases properly. In 2017 it rapidly increased, but there are some failures or there are some mistakes due to which our net profit goes down, that is similar like to 2013. It means here there are some crises or some problems that company face due to some reasons. Okay, so here it is called horizontal analysis, where comparison of financial statements means company's name is same like Reliance Limited, means company is same, but company's own comparison with itself for different years. So it is called horizontal analysis. In the same way, if you want to compare yourself for different years, like in 10th standard what is the exact result, in 11th standard what is the result, and in 12th standard what is expected result. Like in 10th standard it is around 70%, in 11th standard it is around 72%. So here in 12th standard we can assume that a person who can get 65 to 80 percentage, means minimum percentage 65 and maximum percentage that is 80. So here it is the expected result based on its past events. So in the same way company doing the same procedure. Okay, if all the data for different years are available, so for the next year company can compare itself. But remember one thing, it is budgeted or estimated data, it is not accurate or exact, it can be changed from time to time. Got it? So here it is the horizontal analysis. Next one, vertical analysis. Here analysis is used to compare the performance of different units or departments of one year with the help of different predetermined ratios. Here in this situation, vertical analysis, that is for same year like 2017, but companies are different like company X, company Y, company Z. Means one company compare itself with another company and another company. Okay, so here year is fixed, but companies are different. So here it is the comparison from one company to another company. Like what is the comparison? Like for P&L accounts, for balance sheet, for cash flow purpose. In P&L account, there is a profit of 1 lakh for company X, 2 lakh for company Y, and 50,000 for company Z. So here it is the base year where we can say that the max base year, that is 2017, we can say that minimum profit below between these three companies, that is 50,000, means company Z has a poor performance, and very highlighted performance for company Z, that is for 2 lakh, and middle performance for company X. So if I am company X, I want to compare with company Y and company Z. So I can say that companies Y performance is better than me, my performance is better than company Z performance. Okay, so it is for P&L. Same way, it we can compare with the balance sheet as well as cash flow statement. Remember this: internal analysis, external analysis, horizontal or vertical analysis. It can be asked for the 1 marks question in section B. Remember at the starting of this chapter, I already said that in section B there is a one question for 1 marks. So these are the question like what are the vertical, horizontal, internal as well as external analysis. So it can be asked in the exam. So remember these definitions with very carefully. Okay. So finally vertical analysis that I have completed. Next one on the basis of duration. It is long-term analysis or it can be short-term analysis. Now, what are the long-term analysis? Many stakeholders like debenture holders, financial institution, potential investors undertake long-term analysis of financial statements before investing their funds in the corporate form of the business. And what are the short-term analysis? The kinds of analysis is used to measure short-term solvency or liquidity of the business entity. It means if any investor wants to invest in specific company, so before investing into such company, such investor have to carefully research about that company, that what are the objectives of the company, what are the past perspective, present as well as future scenario. So first of all, company has to understand very carefully to the investors, and they have to very well understand about the investor strategy, and then after we have to decide the strategy and we have to formulate the strategy. So now not only investors, there are specific any bankers from where if I want to obtain the loan, financial institutes, they are going to research on our company, and if after completing this analysis, if they finds that our company is more preferable, then they go for investment or providing loan to our company. So it is long term analysis because their scenario is for 5 years, 10 years, 15 or 20 years. But short term analysis, it is for only to check the liquidity or solvency of the business. Like if any creditor, means trade payable, wants to sell their goods to our company, so before providing goods to our company, they clearly check the solvency. But for short term period, like let's say for 3 months or 6 months or max to max 1 year, if the result is favorable, then and then such creditor provide the goods to us on credit basis. If there is a cash sale, then there is no problem. But for credit sales, such creditor clearly check the strategy and liquidity solvency of our company. Got it? So long-term analysis, it may be for 5 to 20 years, and short-term analysis is it may be for 1 day to 1 year. Okay. So these are the analysis for long-term and short-term. Okay. So finally, this session is over. From the next class, I'm going to start another theory topic like objectives of financial statement. Okay. So see you in the next class. Thank you.